In this part of the video, we'll go through the steps to create your first events in Spiny Events. Simply visit the website spinyevents.com, then click Sign In. Once you click on Sign In, you will be redirected to this login page. Here you will need to enter the email address and password you use when creating your account. Click Continue to log in. Once signed in, you'll be taken to this form where you will be creating your first event. Fill out the event name, event description. Select your time zone where the event is happening. Then choose the start date, end date, start time from the drop-down, and end time. You can also type the time. Once done, click Next. Now let's add some more details. If it's in-person event, you need to add the venue name, the full address of the venue, and Google Map. If it's virtual events, you can add a meeting link like Zoom. If it's a hybrid event, you can add the venue, the full address, Google Map, and then the link to the meeting. For this demo, we'll be using in-person by adding the venue name and the full address, and then we'll add a Google Map link. Once done, click Next. Now we'll add the website details. We're going to add the logo of our event. Click Add File. Now the logo is uploaded. Here you'll also see something called Event URL. So by default, you will get the event URL by the title of your event, .spinyevents.com, which we can change as well. And if you want to use the custom URL, or let's say your own domain, you can do it later from the settings. All right, now click Create Event. There you go. In just a few steps, we've created our first event. After that, you'll be taken to the Backstage, your event dashboard. Think of it as a CMS where you can update event details, add speakers, tracks, schedules, sponsors, and organizers, as well as create standard posts and pages. Lastly, you can configure your custom domain in the domain settings. You can also check how your website looks by clicking Visit Website. Here's your website for now. You can definitely customize to your colors and fonts to match your brand, and also change lots of design without writing a single line of code. As of now, you can see that there's nothing in the schedule or speakers because we have not added anything yet. And if you want to customize or update any information, you can do it in the Backstage, which I'll cover in the next part of this tutorial. Once you log in, you'll land on the dashboard, where all your events are displayed. You'll find the event TechnoFest 2025 we created in the previous lesson right here. You can create a new event as well, but for now, we'll navigate to the one we created earlier. This is the Backstage of the event, TechnoFest, that we created. This is where you can update every information. Let's click on Visit Website to quickly preview our website. All right, let's head back to our Backstage. By the way, there is a navigation menu next to Visit Website, which allows you to switch between events if you have multiple events. Since we currently have only one event, you'll see just that. Now let me introduce you to two important navigation options, Backstage and Customizer. Backstage is the content management system where you'll update all the event information. Customizer is where you'll modify the design and static content for the front side of the website. Let me give you a quick overview of how it works. In the Customizer, you'll find the text on the right that you can edit. Any changes you make will be instantly reflected on the main website. You can also change the colors and fonts as well. And here's the interesting part. You can shuffle the designs to find the one that best fits your needs for each section. No more drag and drop complication, no more complex coding. Just like the Customizer, the Backstage is easy to use as well. You don't need to install any plugins or add-ons. It's just a simple CMS for you to update your event easily. In the next video, I'll show you how to add speaker information, tracks, schedules, sponsors, posts, pages, and domain settings. Now that we've created our event, The first thing we need to do is add our speakers. Remember, this step should come before adding a schedule. In the Backstage left panel, click on Speakers, then go to the top right and click Add Speakers to add speaker profiles. You'll need to enter the speaker's name, bio, company name, position, and social media links. Finally, upload their picture and click Create Speaker to save the profile. Now that we've added our first speakers, we can preview how they look on our website by clicking Customizer at the top. And there you have it. Our first speaker is live. Now let's go back to Backstage and add more speaker profiles. Our second speaker is added. Now let's click Customizer again, and you'll see that our second speaker is live as well. Now let's add the rest of our speaker profiles. To save time, I'm fast forwarding this part of the video. Our speakers list is ready. Now let's click Visit Website to see how they look. You can now see the full list of speakers on the website, along with their social media links. If you notice that some speakers are missing social media links, it's because we didn't add them while creating their profiles. No worries. We can easily go back to Backstage, edit their profiles, and update the information. Let's add Facebook and Twitter for our speaker, Darnell Carter. Now, when we return to the website, you'll see that his social media links have been added. We've also created a dedicated page for each speaker, which you can access by clicking on their profile. With these simple steps, we've successfully created a speaker list and profiles. In the next lesson, we'll cover how to assign speakers to different tracks and create sessions. Creating tracks is a simple process, but it's important to understand their purpose. In Spiny Events, tracks are used to assign breakout sessions when hosting a multi-track conference across different halls or rooms. To get started with creating tracks, go to Backstage. In the left panel, click on Tracks, then select the Add Tracks button in the top right corner. Now, all you need to do is add a track name. It can be a hall name or room name. Add track details. You can put a description of the track or directions to the hall or room. Upload a photo. You can upload a picture of the hall or room. Once everything is done, you can click Create Track. Now you can see that your track has been created. Simply repeat the same process for all other tracks as needed. Here is the list of all the tracks we've created. These tracks will be used when we create the schedule to assign sessions and speakers to their respective tracks, which we'll cover in the next part of the video. In this part of the tutorial, we'll walk through the process of creating the event schedule or an agenda of the event, which is the major backbone of Spiny Events. Before creating the schedule, it's essential to review the event details set up earlier. To do that, let's go back to event information and check two key details: the time zone and the event date. Make sure that the time zone you have selected is of the actual location of the event. Our schedule builder follows the time zone set in the event details, meaning all scheduled sessions will align with the selected time zone. For example, if you update the time zone and event information to Central Time Zone, the schedule will automatically reflect this change. That's why it's important to make any necessary adjustments before creating the schedule to avoid inconsistencies. For now, I'll adjust my event time zone to Eastern Time, as the event is happening in the Eastern region. Next, we need to check the event start date and time, as the schedule builder will use these as the default reference dates. For example, if the start date is mistakenly set to January 20th, 2023, every new session you add will default to that date. If your event is actually happening on February 25th, 2025, you'll have to manually correct the date each time you create a session. To avoid this, make sure to set the correct event date in the event information section before creating the schedule. Now let's move on to setting up the schedule. To do that, click on Schedules from the left side panel, then click Add a Schedule button from the top right corner. This will allow you to add your schedule one by one. Start by entering the session title. This is where you add the name of the session. For example, I'm adding Opening Ceremony. Next, in the Session Details field, provide a brief description of the session. Here I'm adding Welcoming all guests to the conference. After that, select the track from the list of tracks added earlier. In my case, I will choose Summit Hall. Then add a speaker by selecting from the list of speakers created earlier. If there are multiple speakers for the same session, you can select multiple names from the list. Once the speaker is set, choose the start date, start time, end date, and end time for the session. Then define the session type, such as keynote session, panel discussion, plenary session, and more. At the bottom, you'll find an option to add a YouTube URL. While this is optional during schedule creation, it can be useful post-conference for uploading and sharing recorded sessions with attendees. Once everything is filled out, click Create Schedule. Now our first schedule is successfully created. Now let's start adding more sessions. Also, you can use our schedule builder to add breaks like lunch breaks or coffee breaks. Now let's click on Visit Website to see how our schedule is coming so far. Here you can see that our schedule is being created, including the lunch break we added earlier. Now let's continue adding all the remaining sessions. To save time, I'll skip ahead in the video while I complete the rest of the schedule. Our schedule is now created. I have assigned sessions to different tracks and assigned speakers as well. Now let's click on Visit Website to preview our schedule. You can view the schedule both on the home page and the schedule page. This is how the schedule looks on the website. The schedule is also mobile friendly, and this is how it appears on a mobile device. Our schedule builder is quite robust, allowing you to view the details of each session. Let's click on one of them, the Future of Innovation. Here you can see all the session details like track name, date, time, and also the list of speakers who are speaking in this session. And when you click on a speaker's name, it takes you to their profile, where you can find more information about them. On the speaker's profile, you can also see which sessions they are speaking at, along with the date, time, and track for each session. Now, if you click on the speakers list and view the profile of any speaker, you'll see details of the sessions they are speaking in. Since everything is interconnected, attendees can easily navigate between sessions and speaker profiles, making it effortless to explore the event schedule. If you've noticed, the right side of this page is currently empty. This space is reserved for adding videos. Since Spiny Events is designed for both pre- and post-event management, you can use this section to showcase recorded sessions from your conference. To add a video, go back to Backstage, click on Schedule, and edit the session where you want to add the recording. Scroll down, paste the YouTube URL, and save the changes. Now, let's check the website and refresh the page. The YouTube video you just added is now visible, making it easy for attendees to revisit past sessions. All right, now let me show you a very interesting feature of our schedule builder. Let's go back to the dashboard. For this demo, I'm adding a few sessions for today's date, March 4th, 2025. Now let's click on Visit Website. If you look closely, you'll notice a real-time status indicator displaying which session is currently ongoing and when the next session is starting. This live indication is incredibly useful for attendees, as it eliminates the need for them to manually track the event schedule or calculate session timings. Instead of constantly checking the clock and cross-referencing the agenda, attendees can instantly see which session is currently in progress and what's coming up next. Also, this functionality is fully optimized for mobile devices. That means attendees don't have to constantly refresh the page. Everything updates in real time, providing a seamless experience. With Spiny Events Schedule Builder, your attendees can stay on track without any confusion. Whether they're moving between sessions, networking, or taking a break, they can quickly glance at the schedule and know exactly where they need to be. For organizers, we've built a dynamic schedule builder that allows you to create your schedule with simple drag and drop functionality. This makes it incredibly easy to visualize your schedule, and if there are any last-minute changes, you can instantly see and update the timeline right from your dashboard. The drag and drop feature ensures that building your entire schedule is intuitive and hassle-free. Now we'll be adding sponsors. Before adding sponsor logos, we need to create sponsor categories. These categories can include classifications like platinum sponsors, gold sponsors, silver sponsors, or any custom name you prefer. Let's start by adding one. First, I'll add the title sponsors category. Then you can click on Add Sponsor to start adding sponsors. Here you can enter the sponsor's company name, details, and logo. You can also include their website URL if needed or leave it blank. Then click Save. Now that we've added a title sponsor, let's move on to add another sponsors category. Here I am going to add the Platinum Sponsors category. Then click Add Sponsors to add a list that is in this category. I'll add the company name, details, logo, and website URL, then click Save. If there are multiple sponsors in the same category, just click Add Sponsor again and repeat the process. Enter the company name, details, upload the logo, and save. Once all sponsors are added, we can go to Next to add another sponsor category. For now, I will add Gold Sponsors. Inside this category, we'll add sponsor list with their name, details, logos, and URL. I'm carefully going step by step without skipping anything to ensure it remains clear and easy to follow later. Now, I'll add the Silver Sponsors category, and just like before, we'll add sponsors details, upload logo, and if there are multiple sponsors, we will add sponsors again. Now we've finished adding all our sponsors. We have added 3 silver sponsors, 2 gold sponsors, 3 platinum sponsors, and 1 title sponsor. Let's see how it looks on our website by clicking on the customizer. And here they are. Our sponsors displayed just as expected, well organized under their respective sponsor category titles. As Spiny Events is a dedicated website builder for events and conferences, we understand that reorganizing sponsors and sponsor categories is a common requirement. That's why we've built this feature to make it easy and hassle-free. For example, we want to reorder sponsors within the Platinum Sponsors category, placing Hyperlink Networks first, Voltage second, and Quantum third. We can do that too. For this, we go back to Backstage, click on Sponsors, then open Platinum Sponsors. We'll drag and drop the sponsors into the desired order, click Save, and then visit the website again. There you go, the logos are reorganized. Similarly, if we want to reorganize the sponsors categories, such as moving platinum before gold, we can do that as well. Simply go back to Backstage, click on Sponsors, drag and drop the categories as needed, and click Save. And just like that, the categories are reorganized. Currently, we have one layout for displaying sponsor logos, but more are on the way. With Spiny Events, managing and displaying sponsors is effortless, giving you full control while enhancing your event, because sponsors are a major part of any successful event.
Displaying organizer profiles helps build trust with your participants, giving them a personal connection to the event. Let's walk through how to add an organizer profile to your conference website. Start by going to your dashboard. On the left side, click on Organizers, then click Add Organizer. Here, you'll enter the organizer's name, their role in the conference, and a brief description. You can also upload a profile picture and include their social media handles. Once you've filled everything in, click Create Organizer. Let's add another organizer. Now that we have 2 organizers, let's head back to the customizer. You'll see the profiles have been successfully added. If you want to add more, simply click Add Organizer again and repeat the process. Finally, let's check the website. All the organizer profiles we added are now listed here. And that's how you can easily add organizer profiles to your conference website using Spiny Events.
In Spiny Events, you can also add posts and pages to your event website. Pages are great for providing additional information beyond just speakers, sessions, and sponsors. You can use them for sections like About Us, accommodation info, travel details, media kit, volunteer opportunities, health and safety guidelines, or your code of conduct. Posts, on the other hand, are perfect for sharing updates and announcements related to your event, such as important dates, behind-the-scenes updates, speaker interviews, or side event announcements. Adding posts and pages is a simple process. To add a post, go to the sidebar and click on Posts. Here you'll see a list of posts we have already added. To create a new one, click Add a Post. This will take you to the post editor. Now just add a title, write your content, and upload a featured image related to your post. Once you're done, you can select the date and time for publishing and then click Create Post. Now you can see the post we just added in the list. To preview it, simply click on Preview. This will open the post so you can see how it looks on the site. You can also view the post directly from the blog page, where all your event updates and announcements will appear. Similarly, to manage pages, go back to the dashboard and click on Pages in the sidebar. Here you'll see a list of all the pages that have already been added. You can edit them if needed. To create a new page, click on Add a Page. This will take you to the page editor. Add a title and your content, then click Create Page to publish it. Once the page is created, you can also click Preview to see how it looks on your site. All right, now that we've created our pages, let's link them to the navigation menu and footer. To do that, go to the Customizer, then in the sidebar, click on Header Navbar to manage your main menu links. From here, you can add a new menu item like About Us and set the URL path to /about-us. Once you're done, click Save. Now let's go back to the website and refresh the page. You'll see About Us successfully added to the header navbar. Similarly, to update the footer, go back to the Customizer and click on Footer. Here we'll update the 3 footer links that I've already added. In the sidebar, go to Links, then click on Items. From here, you can add the URL of any page. For example, I'll add Code of Conduct with the URL /Code of Conduct. Once done, click Save. Now let's go back to the website and click on Code of Conduct in the footer. You'll see that the page is now successfully linked. You can repeat the same process to add or edit other links. Also, if you want to edit the link text, then you can edit them as well. And that's it. That's how you can add posts and pages and then link them to your event website. Now let's connect your custom domain to the website you built using Spiny Events. To get started, go to the dashboard and from the sidebar, click on Domain Settings. Here you'll see a section where you can add a new domain. Simply type in the domain you want to connect without HTTPS. Then click Add Domain. Once added, your domain will appear at the top of the list. You can now set it as your primary domain by clicking on the star icon next to it. This tells the system that this is the main domain for your event website. If you scroll down, you'll see Domain Configuration Details, where you'll find 2 options. If you want to use a main domain, like your website.com, use the A record with the IP address 3.96.9.151. If you prefer using a subdomain, like 2025.yourwebsite.com, you can use the C name record instead, alias.spinyevents.com. To update the A record or C name to your domain, log into the platform where you purchased your domain, such as GoDaddy, Namecheap, Hostinger, Dynadot, or Google Domains. In my case, I'm using Dynadot to manage my domain, but the interface will look quite similar no matter which domain provider you're using. From here, just go to the DNS settings for your domain. Then you will see a similar box like these, where you can add the A record or C name. As mentioned earlier, to use the main website like yourname.com, you can create an A record with the IP address 3.96.9.151. Or if you are using subdomain like 2025.yourname.com, then create a C name record and point it to alias.spinyevents.com. Once you've updated your DNS settings, it may take a few hours for the changes to take effect. If your main domain is already used for another website, no worries. You can use a subdomain like 2025.yoursite.com or event.yourwebsite.com. Your previous website will not be affected. After connecting your domain, any updates you make, adding speakers, schedules, sponsors, etc., will automatically appear on your live website. And that's it. Now you have a fully functional event website running on your own domain, powered by Spiny Events.